Welcome, welcome. It is Thursday evening, 7 p.m. We are live with Jack McKeag, the founder of Liberty Aid Academy, the only place to get your trust, a private trust, set up in the proper way to get maximum benefit from the trust. And I named the show New Players, Same Game Show because the game hasn't changed. We've got some new people moving into the big house, but the game is still the same, and we have to do everything we can to fight the fight. So there you have it. Any big news? Anything special going on?
Something
Program.
special is going on. It's hard to do this thing when you're on the. Yeah, I'm not really much of a video personality. I don't know which way is stage right, left. Anyway, no, Tim Judge is with me, and so it's great to have him. He's done all this work. He has his own life, his own family, his own professions. He does a video. He's a realtor, very trustworthy guy. To have him as a co-host has been very helpful, and I'm sure everyone has noticed that yourselves too. So no, it's great to have him. If you need anyone in that vein, what I just talked about, Tim's there for you. You can trust him. So literally, he signed a trust and learned all about it. And, so it's great to have you here. That's one announcement. I always want to make that announcement up front.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's good to have you. And anything special? I mean, where it's all sinky is like you're not gonna have that crazy, lady from Saturday Night Live on as president. Okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's
Short
we weren't
career for
sure
her.
what you were gonna do, and we're just coming down from that a little bit. Still, like you're, better the devil you know at this point. Like, okay, he's got the crazy hair. We've seen it a while. At least he's not in the other corner from our team. Completely. At least he's on our sidelines. Pretending to be on our team and stuff. So okay, better the devil you know. So, I'm over there helping people every week. Now we got a lot of weeks backed up on the YouTube mentor thing that's currently happening live. So that's one announcement. And I really recommend that to whatever level people you are in this to get up to date, very current information, and also it's on Mondays at noon.
Mhm.
When I try to get stuff uploaded, but I go live Monday at noon. Last Monday of every month. So people can get me live. It's like, how do I talk to you? It's like, well, that's one way. So, it's just a very few people in there. And we go over a ton of information. It's not like, we're talking about the basics here and getting people to know what we're doing and stuff over there. It's like I'm charging ahead forward. So just want to tell that to people, who want to who are into this. That's the place to be, get my attention and get one-on-one and like really go forward. Because what I've seen is, like I set this concierge thing up, and not many people do it, but it's like a way that you could schedule with me on Zoom and stuff.
Mhm.
And it's kind of pricey because you get my attention and all, and I put on my schedule and I'm helping you, and you go forward quickly, and it's I have all my information. I hear your story. I'll say, okay, do this, and next time we meet, we'll get on to the next stuff. And I've seen people just charge forward in their work doing that. Very few people have done it, but the people that have done it are like Jamie. Okay.
Mhm.
And so it's just like where they go is stunning. So that's what I'm trying to do with the YouTube thing. Make it affordable for people, you know what I'm saying, to get me live and to, get sort of a general progress that everyone needs. So uh but those two things are available for people, just news on that. So
Excellent.
uh,
And yeah, I did have the link up there, YouTube .com/ at Liberty Aid Academy / membership. And then you can join in, and that's the Monday streams and all the perks that go along with it. So yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, because I like doing this live stuff because I'm here for people. I'm not
Right.
in a in a boy in a bubble kind of uh thing. I want people to have access to the information and me as much as I can handle it. So It's all about helping people on my end.
Alex says he needs a crypto wallet.
Get Alex, come on, get in the classroom. Like, if you're into crypto at all and you haven't typed anything to Alan, like you're not that into crypto because you're like, what is up with that guy? Alan knows everything. It's like, what? I know a tiny bit about crypto, and Alan's like, okay, Encyclopedia Britannica.
Yeah.
It's like amazing. So I would say jump in there, and he's just one of many uh experts in there. He's not alone in being an expert in crypto. A whole bunch of individuals are. So I would say, really, if you want to get any like the full truth, is like whoop, it's right in there. I'm telling you, where to get an account with a trust, like all these different places. Like this, really, some people are quite dedicated to that information. And then Alec came along and was like, oh.
Yeah.
Okay, that's every single detail of every single detail of every single detail of every single detail. Wow. So it's all in there. So, Alex and anyone, good topic. Man, we got that covered, in there.
Yeah, Bitcoin's going crazy. I'll tell you, I'm into it a little bit myself, and this is just the beginning. I think that whole next year is going to be crypto crazy. Um, and who is it? I'll just add that our man Gary Gensler, who was the head of the SEC, who takes payoffs from all of Wall Street, he's been keeping crypto down so that they could buy it themselves. But I think he posted on X that he's ready to move on, so he's going to be out, and I think Trump is going to appoint somebody a lot more crypto friendly. So that'll open things up quite a bit, and then I think that'll affect the prices of most things. But it's a crazy time to be in there.
Yeah, and most people do. Oh, here we go. Got somebody jumping in.
Yeah, Freshwater says, "Hi Jack, can your work, the trust, and all the benefits help the victims of North Carolina? They're not getting help, not their children, and are targeted to be taken away." Oh gosh.
Oh yeah. Well, I lived in Asheville for a while. People up there
That's
ain't got
terrible.
no intelligence. Basically, I'm trying to find a nice way to say it, but there's no one intelligent in Asheville that I ever met.
Mm,
And I was there for years. And on top of that, they're all a bunch of cowards. You know what I'm saying? They don't care about who's who and where they all and all of that stuff that I never gave. You know.
mm.
Uh, yeah, nah. That's in North Carolina in general, just that's a absence of law, that state. You know what I'm saying? Total absolute slavery with nothing but the slavery, North Carolina. And why someone would be there, I have no idea. I was there. Asheville is a really interesting place, ruined by the influx of tourists and stuff like that, and it's totally uncool now. But,
Mm.
and now it's got ripped apart. So places that I bet where people don't listen get that treatment, period. And that's happened wherever I've gone. And so, sadly, you could go somewhere. What does it say? You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. I tried it in India too. Ain't nobody listen. It's funny. The only
Yeah.
place I can reach people is online through paid advertising and this type of work. Absolutely stuns me that
Yeah.
is true. I've spoken in public. I've gone to Asheville, own money, gotten a place, spoken in public. It's up, as a video we have and stuff like that. Absolutely empty. No one cares about this work.
Yeah.
Absolutely, on the other team there. Completely. Been to many festivals in the area. Told so many people. I have been to the tribes, many places in the U.S. I have been to the Native American tribes and talked to many, fucking whatever they, excuse me, whatever they call them, chiefs, yeah,
Hmm.
and groups of multi tribes and stuff are going to them. Cowards. Wherever I go, cowards, 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 cowards. Asheville, no place like that place, cowards. Just absolutely, I don't know what to say. You know what I'm saying? You ask me a question, and I can't help people that, oh, no, I got a decade of proof, and hey, why don't you do this? And
Yeah.
no, I, in fact, when I try to give away for whatever donation, that's how I started. Any donation, about here you go. No one got it. No one, no one, no one, no one. Like
Right.
one or two people, you know what I'm saying? That I absolutely, because I was in a debt removal stuff for people. It was so successful, went to court, did so many things, has so much proof. People listened to me about the trust who had done that work only super successfully, right? And nobody else. Never face to face, even still, even to this day, never face to face, never anywhere, no location, not this country or any country I go to. I will never meet someone face to face and be able to talk the truth to them and then be the least interested in spend my 100% um, experience my entire life. So, and I don't see how that can change, but I would be open to it changing. But at this point, it's like, man, Asheville, they got
Mm.
what they deserve, from my standpoint, because they don't listen to the truth. They abhor the truth, and they drove me out of town, and I don't like that place. Actually, I love the place, but the people are cowards, and they got what they deserve. Nobody wants to hear that, but weather is a karmic outcome. So whatever. I would love to help the people of Asheville. How easy would it be?
Yeah.
They don't actually want the help. They just want to sit there and whine about their problems and think, what is FEMA? FEMA. I talked to FEMA on the phone today. So, I
Mhm.
don't know what, people are talking about. I live in Florida. I live in a real one. You see what I'm saying? I don't live in some fanciful place that has a hurricane and freaks out. You know what I'm saying? Like what? And they're like, expecting some help from the government. Like, man, you go to Florida. They don't help. Okay. Period. Nobody gets a penny from FEMA. The only time anybody got a penny was this year because I, literally went down to FEMA where they are in Sarasota. Oh, we got a big place there. They had chairs and computers. I just stood up front and like started loudly in front of everyone. All Sarasota's there and going in and out the door and stuff, and just started praying for their death in the name of Jesus Christ. And go sent to hell for lying to everyone. They stole all our land. You lie and say we're not your slaves. You make us pay for everything. And then he gives us some freak hope that this government, whatever, is going to do anything. They're there just to quell the people so there's no uprising. Get real. The government's what? The government's the one that stole all the land that makes us pay to be here. All the water, electricity, all the food, everything we pay them.
Yeah.
What? They're not going to. They're just going to steal more. Oh, what? We ripped all your houses apart. What do you got in there? Oh, well, yeah, let's take. Actually, let's just take your land. You know what I'm saying? Let's write some new rules and steal your houses and land. And got water damage is now ours. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, my
Well,
work helps. You want them to get not to steal your home and, pay, like the laws don't matter. This is a Christian solution. Like I went to court how many times? More than it. I initiated more court cases than anyone alive. I would just say that probably. Who else? What? Show me the proof. Okay, and there is no, they never follow the laws in court. They never follow the laws. There's no help there. Might as well be a red China. All right, Jay.
Jay in the house of cards.
Yeah, let's topple it. That's what happened. We're getting toppled now. Like people are paying their karmic debt. Yes, this trust can help. Yes, all these financial things can help. Yes, yes, yes. Get the maximum from the government. I teach you how. They give so little, but get it all. It can be what's the average? $72,000 a year. I added it up. All these things together. It's a meaningful amount. People in Asheville. I don't want the what's the ROI on this information?
Unlimited.
2,880%. Way above Bitcoin. Way above Bitcoin. Bitcoin's way down there compared to what you get off of the information from Liberty Academy. Every other investment in the history of humans, well, except for slaves, they're pretty. You can build a whole interior of a dome with all the slaves. Keep it running, all that stuff. So that's really lucrative. But I don't advocate that. I advocate the, removal of our slavery. And this is a method. And then, yes, I mean, I wish I could say something positive about Asheville and lie and bullshit like them on Facebook and all that kind of nonsense. But what's the point? I live there. I live in Florida. I deal with FEMA. I talked to them today. Yeah, here's my end of my phone call. Okay, well, thanks for the help. I just want to let you know if I don't get paid, uh, I'm praying in the name of Jesus Christ for your death, all your family's death, and everyone that has ever worked at FEMA. I just want to, you say you're recording this. I just want to put this on a record. Okay, thank you very much. That's how I end a phone call and discussion face to face
Hmm.
with every single individual in FEMA. Every one of them. Yeah, so let's see the karmic reaction to this over here. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I live in Florida. I'm tired of dealing with this. I got time for no nonsense or people that are cowards. I got no time for none of them people. You don't want to actually do anything, get out of my face. I have real people, that actually have family, loved ones, or themselves that they care about, or a dog or a cat, whatever. They actually are going to do something that's
Right.
totally legal and has no problems whatsoever. This is what the super wealthy are running down on us. I caught them. That's it. So at least do these things that are legal, put some money in your pocket and have them stop stealing your money, so you can deal with the horror that we have to live through, like Asheville, Florida, and all this other junk, because we get no help. So I would love to help
Well,
people
you
out
reminded me of the
for years.
you reminded me of the saying, God helps those who help themselves.
Thank
So,
you. Thank
you
you.
know, you can't what's the other, and it's terrible to make jokes about the hurricane and sad and the loss of people, but
Yeah.
there's the one where the guy is on the roof of his house and he says, God save my house, save me. And guy comes up in a rowboat and says, come on, get down, get in the rowboat. And he goes, no, God's gonna save me. And then a little while later somebody else comes and and he ends up dying and gets up to heaven, and God says, he says, God, why did you send the hurricane? Why did I die? And he goes, I sent a rowboat, I sent rescue team, I sent you didn't accept my help. That's I butchered that joke, but it's a
This
tough
is
one.
Asheville to me. Let me run down Asheville. I lived in a house called the Revolution House. There were like 12 or 15 of us in that house. Uh, we come up there, we ran a festival for free to people. Uh, yeah, oh good fresh water. Anyway, let me tell you about Asheville. All right. So, we're up there, everybody's in the festival thing, but we actually were running a festival to help raise money to, raise awareness of certain issues that we found were important to the community that we were trying to be a part of. So, uh, and that whole thing was going on, and because we were doing that, like, when they were real, you know what I'm saying? Medicine for the people, the original medicine for the people played in our backyard. You follow me when we were in Asheville, I
Right.
talked to Nako next to me. He's like, hey, where are you from, man? I was like, DC. And he looks at me, he says, I hear that everybody from DC is an asshole. You're an asshole. I was like, yeah, pretty much. Actually, I am. Ask anyone. So that was my combo with Nako. He's like, oh, cool. And then we sang around the fire and everything. I had a great time. But this is Asheville to me. That's Asheville, right? Like Field of Dreams kind of BS. But this is real Asheville. Like that crew that had the mojo back then, and I was limited with and all that stuff. Get invited. I get invited to a dinner to go to because I got financial sense sort of in that world and stuff like that. And I had a room across from this guy who was much younger than me. God, he could play the guitar, sweetest dude. And he got invited to this dinner too separately. We didn't know, and uh, and it was the King basically from Atlanta at the time, Slush Puppy, come, and he had millions, and we get invited to the dinner at the most expensive restaurant and stuff like that. One of the devil's minions with all the loot, and everybody is sucking. They're sucking up for the money and everything, and everybody's getting paid. Uh, And I walk outside with his, like, lieutenant and stuff like that, and I'm like, and I'm like, so what's up with the money, And basically, oh, I knew some girl at the table. That's what I was like. Hey, come on, let's go talk for a minute. I talked to her, lieutenant, and what's up with the money? And she was like, oh, he's watching over somebody's money who's in jail. I was like, you know what? I'm out. Just period. I'm out. I'm out. You know what I'm saying? And it wasn't like 2-3 weeks later, Slush Puppy was murdered. You know what I'm saying? So that's Asheville to me. Just
Yeah.
be real. Be real. Everybody wants some money. Everybody's got that false face on, and nobody wants to hear the truth. That's Asheville to me. You know? I was living in a mansion there for a while with a bunch of other folks who was getting foreclosed on for a family. They wouldn't listen to my work. They wouldn't listen. And he
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
lost the house. I mean, that's Asheville to me. So that's Asheville to me. Sadly. And that's not just Asheville. That's a lot of places I've been, is my point.
Yeah. Frank's in the house. Hello, all. Yes, welcome, welcome. And of course, if anybody has any other questions, please ask away. And I think I put the I'm going to put the invite to the show. If anybody wants to jump up here with Jack and myself, we can have you on screen. Or if you want to turn your camera off, you can just ask your question live. Come on in and chat it up. That's why we're here live on every Thursday night.
Come on, you headhunters. Hey, I know you're all the walls of all your parapets of all your castles has heads on them. From all you long timers out there. Come on and tell us whose head is up there on the stake there and how did it get there? No, you've had positive outcomes. From the government, and that never happens. So we'd love to hear from you. If anybody wants to jump in.
And Alex is dialing in from Highlands, Florida, just an hour away from you there. But yeah, there's a StreamYard link. If you can see the chat, there's the link. Just click that. You'll be in the back, and just give me a wave, and I'll bring you on screen. But yeah, that's why we're here. So it's new players, same game show. The game, is from your big presentation, but there's a lot of moving parts in the game show that they try and keep shuffling the deck and moving the cards. What's that? 3-card Monty? They'll show you the cards. Yeah, we have money for you, but then they make you jump through hoops and move it around. Just like say, oh, call FEMA, but oh no, FEMA hasn't paid out from Hurricane Sandy, 10 years ago, and now they're housing the illegal aliens, and they don't have the money to pay out to people in Florida or North Carolina. So it's the shell game, and it's terrible.
And it's a spiritual game, so that's why I just go straight up. Oh, if you press 1 for English, like they got a whole, spell I got to listen to. So you're going to hear mine. And so is God hears everything, and he'll hear my spell too. So you want to keep giving me those recordings, and don't give me money. Don't give anyone else any money. You want me to keep calling in. You keep hearing the same thing. And I notice it looks like, you have a wicked reaction over there. So I noticed the manager of FEMA came sprinting out of the place, looked like he was looking out of the parking lot, turned around, like I wasn't watching him, and looked at me as I was praying and stuff, and finally came over to me and was like, I'm the manager. I was like, yeah, so I kept praying. He's like, so you need some help? Yeah, I already signed in. I know you're not going to give me anything, so I'm just out here praying for your death, and go to hell. And he's just like, well, don't you think it might be your attitude? I said, so what you're saying is, you're going to judge who's good and who's bad, not on like if they lost a roof or anything. You're already, proving why I'm standing out here and praying for your death. That's what I told him as a comeback. Right. And he's like, sir, why don't you just come in and I'm going to help you myself? I was like, yeah, that's a better idea. So there are like 500 people in line. I was like, let me go up to the manager's desk and you sit me right down there right now, or else I'm not leaving this spot and I'm going to get louder.
Yeah.
That's the way you treat it. Like a squeaky wheel gets the grease. You know what I'm saying? We have the power, and What? The devil won't kneel to help the humans. Yeah, you will. Yeah, I'm here. The rest of them ain't human. I'm here. So yeah, front of the line or else. I call his name. I just like that everywhere now. I go. I can do it everywhere where I got time. I don't have time. I'll do it at FedEx or UPS or whatever. Like I'm here.
Yeah.
I ain't got time for the game. Like it has an infinite moving parts. And it's like, oh, there are very few players, right? That have any, that are actual players. I'm one of them. So, I'm at the Truman Show and I'm Truman, and there are very few others here. So, let's not pretend anymore. Okay, cool.
Is that
I
is
will, I
that
will, I will pray for you. You just get your job done.
yeah, FEMA was told not to help Florida for supporting Trump.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
That was North Carolina too. So now maybe well, maybe you'll have Trump come down. Who knows? Or you can just go, since he's moving back to the White House, you can go move into Mar-a-Lago. Go ahead. He's got that Florida place. Go take that while he's in Washington.
Right. Right. And there's only us people. You see what I'm saying? They're not going to help us. They're the ones not helping us on purpose, and we're slaves.
Right.
It's not a free country. We pay for land. What? Like, why would the citizens of a country who live in the country pay for the land? Like, to whom? Where's the king? Well, off with his head. Who are we paying? What are you talking about? What? It's all a farce. No one's come to save you. They're enslaving us. You have to do these things, right? Proven over many years to work. There is no alternatives. I wish there were, but there isn't. Sorry. I miss Dee Dee, but she's always good to hear from.
Dee Dee says FEMA's turned into a private organization for immigration resources. Yeah.
That's what I meant.
Well.
Thank you, Dee Dee, for always getting to the point. I mean, this is a private trust, right? We trust. This is a private trust. We don't know who the trustees are. It's hidden, right? Ronald Reagan said every dollar that the IRS collects goes to interest on the debt. That means, wait, who is that? You see what I'm saying? How could this country owe money? It doesn't, wait, you print the money. So where's the part where who do we owe is in the middle there that the IRS literally gives every penny to? And then you start to go, wait, how much money is that? You know what I'm saying? And then you're like, oh, okay. So they have to spend like, wait, $500 billion a year of tax money, they guess? So you're like, what? And so that's where you're like, wait a second. We Trust has fronts, BlackRock, Vanguard. You know what I'm saying? That's just them. That's just a slave corporation. You don't get more than a few $1,000s, maybe $100,000 ever in your life at one time of money, ever, unless you're one of them. You sell your soul, period. I turned down the selling of my soul the day I opened this trust was the day I met the devil at Chase Bank. Devil's real. So I was like, okay, so you're real. So that means I had no idea. Like, I get there's a script and there's a book and all scripture and but like sitting next to you is a whole another day. So, nobody got to convince me of anything. No one can kill me. No one can mess with me. Here every Thursday, the police are trying to murder me. They can't raise their gun. Yeah, this trust matters. I go to court, start 15 court cases against beggars after I take every penny off of every credit card and invite everyone to come and watch my God beat their God. And only two people, one person came. The devil came, of course, and brought a check, an 18-year-old girl, of course, that he got pregnant, and she went crazy. But that's all who came.
Dee Dee's adding that Harris was in charge of the January 6th Crisis Act.
Sure, what that is, but yeah, I mean, these are just. The point is, all these players out front that we know the names of, these actor characters are like Hulk Hogan. Okay, they're just getting paid to rip the shirt off. Like they don't have no power. Like someone that gets $500 billion, or I don't even know how much the IRS. I never looked it up, so I'm just pulling a number totally from thin air. I have no idea if that's right. But whatever that is, they get paid that every year. And so they're like you own the country already, but then you're owning it again. It's like they have everything. Don't you get that? There's nothing that the In God We Trust doesn't own. They own everyone and everything. This is the only method out of their slavery. There is no other method, and there's never going to be another method. Do you understand that? There's only going to be one messenger of God. Okay, sorry, he's the same character every time, who nobody likes, nobody listens to, and yes, not going an asshole. So, but that's the kind of character you need to beat them. You don't expect some, ace warrior to beat him. You expect some. Who did you expect? A child? Like, what are you thinking about, people? I just had enough. I was like, I had enough. Had my house foreclosed on, everything stolen, my family ripped apart. My children still never speak to me, right? I am just trying to die every time I interact with them, trying to. But at the same time, also trying to learn something. I didn't want to waste my death. I wanted to gather information from my brothers and sisters so we could crush them. Because I don't like being a slave. Because listen, if you're slave, right? You're slave. Oh, here we go. Uh-oh. What do we got? Okay, probably 270. But what?
Sorry, I
What?
I was muted there.
What the fuck?
In 2023, the IRS collected nearly $4.7 trillion in gross taxes, processed almost 271.5 million tax returns and other forms, and issued 659 billion in tax refunds. And in 2023, nearly 60 million taxpayers were assisted by calling the IRS office. 4.7 trillion.
I mean, I don't even
collected.
What? And so, I mean, how do these hedge funds? What's a hedge, by the way, to a slave? Like, if you're a farm animal, a hedge is a fence. Okay, these fence funds, right, took per year. Oh my God, I can't even say that number. It's
Well,
so
the hedge fund, they hedge their bets, so they bet on both sides, and that's the scam.
they
They
run
protect both sides, but they get bailed out from the government whenever they're too big to fail, right? So that's all. We have to get it away from that system. That's terrible system.
It's all them. It's all
Yeah.
the we trust. They're all some corporations of that. It's all run by one player character. These are all fronts for the guy I met with in Chase Bank.
Yeah.
That's who's running this. You can meet with him if you ever get up to something that sets you free, like for real. Get some. I tell people how to do this. As all you want to win the war totally forever and forever, beat them with calling God's name and get a video of it on your phone. So always pull out your phone and start a video whenever you interact with the police, period. Because something weird is going to happen because you're a trustee under God. And if you get that video and they try to mess with you and nothing happens, the war is over at that moment. Do you understand that? Do you have any idea how much power we have?
Yeah.
You don't get what you haven't been watching me. I've been dancing around them, smacking them upside the head in full view for what? Oh my God, so long since I've been in Asheville. What? Oh my God, it's been so long. The first video on this channel was like 2012. Hey, the Earth's not a ball you're sitting on that's spinning at 999 miles an hour. Did you know your feet aren't on fire right now from the ground going at a blazing speed? Did you know that? No. And I still can't talk you out of it because you think if you jump up, the Earth is just going to go whoosh right under you. It's like speed of a rocket, People are under mind control. It's like, I'm trying to set them free, but no, Asheville and every other place, man, they just absolutely. I have finally realized there's one uniting force in humans. They hate the truth, and whoever has the truth, they hate them. That's
Mm.
the uniting force of all humans. They want a fantasy. They want a good story. They want a good pro wrestling match. Tell us another thing that we might want to hear, Kamala. Come on, Kamala. Like she's gonna what?
Um,
She
she didn't have anything productive to say at all.
okay, she used to throw people in jail for having weed as her
Mhm.
great, you should be president. What? Yeah, that's about as evil as you can be. You can be president. Almost.
Frank says, "Folks, hear the truth and walk the other way." And Alex is adding, "The economy is in shambles because of mark-to-market accounting."
I mean, yeah. Well, it's a shambles also when it starts to disappear, like China, when all the the big five or the big three or however many bigs there are now, the accounting firms are like what one of them, what was it? One of them got in a big problem in China a few years ago and basically had to leave. They lost their license to work in China and so on.
Mm.
They slapped one of them, Arthur Anderson, I think it was. Anyways, slapped one of them on the wrist. And but you think their accounting is accurate? Come on, they ain't marking nothing to market.
Well, I don't know if I mentioned this, but I think it was last month, TD Bank paid a $300 million fine for their not curbing the money laundering operation that was going on in their bank. I'm sorry, I said 300 million. It was $3 billion. They paid and pled guilty to aiding in money laundering operation, and TD Bank is still in business, and they paid $3 billion fine.
What
So,
would
how
that
much do you think they made if they were willing to plead guilty and pay that fine?
It's so funny. I think we
Freshwater.
yeah, fresh one. But did we skip Jamie because Jamie's my girl? So I saw her name up
Jamie said
there.
hello. Yep.
All right, all
Gave you
right.
a thumbs
Sorry,
up.
sorry. We don't want to pass by Jamie without saying, "Hey, Jamie, good to have you," and your dude here or dudes.
Usually, when I used to try to talk about a few real things, they wouldn't even keep eye contact, but talk football or bash Christians. Then, yeah.
Yes. And so you begin to study them behaviorally, and if you're really into that sort of thing, and really want to know what's up and art. Because I don't tell everything I'm friend on this is, I have no students, like they'd be like, but no, like my joke is like start them in the bottom chakra, get them the money, and we'll work our way up. Here we go. Yeah, money matters. They make us pay for everything, so we got to start there.
Alex knows they made 20 billion to pay that $3 billion fine. Yeah. And who was it? Frank mentioned this. The Big Short. That was a movie that explained that whole 2008 crisis. What a great movie! Very educational movie, but disgusting nonetheless because you just see that the banks knew exactly what they were doing, screwing everything up, and some people from the inside saw it coming, but it's crazy. But great movie nonetheless. The Big Short. Frank says more like they probably made 100 billion and paid three billion fine,
Well,
but they're still in business, and it's amazing. If you and I got caught smuggling something, money laundering or something else, we'd be in jail for our whole life. But these guys, pay 3 billion, go back to work.
1 gram a week, 5 weeks in jail. Yeah, no,
Yeah,
I hear you. That's what they think of me. So,
yeah.
yeah, that's what I think of them. Oh, you think that of me? I think that of you too. Okay, here we go. Forever. It's on. If you ever let me out of this cage and I'm breathing, I am going to slay my masters. You know what I'm saying? Uh,
All the trusts are through TD. Yeah. Well,
that's,
they're
I
gonna
mean,
stay in business. You gotta look on the bright side for that. They'll
they
still
have
be there.
they have to have pretend financial stories that makes it seem like there's oversight and they're getting fined. Of course, they never do. What? They get fined? What? No, nobody saw them get fined. It's just a story. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. Fine probably went in somebody else's pocket.
DD franchise
Franchising
destroying small businesses. It's really in every form of our life. Like you're in Florida, right? I mean, you can only go to this tiny amount of beach, right? And there's parking problems. Like, and wherever you are, right? They stole it, took it over, put some meters in it, made this, let's build them a place to get coffee and something to eat and drink. Let's take away 50% of the parking space. Well, let's get rid of some more parking spaces. And then actually, let's put up some hotels and stuff. Yeah, no, let's just take over this whole beach and everything. Like, that's them. Like, we have so little tiny space to do anything. And so, really, is there any way to really make money seriously? I mean, uh, I forget the name of this character from the 1930s of robbing banks and stuff. And he was supposed to rob like 10 or 12 banks or something. It was like a whole, I don't remember the number, nothing,
Bonnie and Clyde.
There wasn't Bonnie and Clyde. It was it was a single guy, but he was asked a question in like a news interview, and it was like, "Hey, why do you keep robbing bank? Why do you keep going there?" He's like, "Because that's where the money is."
Yep.
That was his answer. See, they own everything. They have everything. There's nothing they don't have. They have everything, and everyone works from it. Doesn't look like it, but they do. So, they have everything. Who are you gonna get it from? Them. You have to use
Yeah.
these methods to get it from them. You have to, tell other people about it, your family, your circle, whoever wants to go at them. You have a tribe of finally getting out of your slavery.
Freshwater's adding the Gulf Boulevard up and down is for tourists, and there is what's beach. Must be no beach there.
That's Dee Dee's point. That's exactly my point. They stole everything. Everything is stolen. And they're like, let's just move ourselves up front here, and those slaves can be back in I don't know, where are they? Actually, oh, they're working at McDonald's or something. Good for them. Okay, that's great. Hey, good slaves. That don't work for me. And that don't work for, you know, anyone else. And I say turnabout's fair play. I mean, honestly, let's just talk about ethics and morals and what is right and wrong. So if someone makes you a slave, which we are their slaves, you see, morally, ethically, if you're someone's slave, like we see this all the time. They pretend that the blacks were slaves in the Civil War. That never happened. Obviously, that stupid script never happened. To keep your mind off of that you're a slave now. You see,
Yeah.
not skin color based, just your slave. You see, that's it. You don't own anything. You can't own anything. You got to keep paying no matter how much. It's never enough. You never have a home. You can never have a piece of land. You can never have, oh, I paid for all the electricity. I'm good now. Nope. Never pay for enough food. Never pay for enough water. Never pay for trash. Never pay enough for the streets. Never pay for the grass. Nothing, right? We're on a hamster wheel, and you better start learning to run faster because we're going to keep on making more dollars. So any dollars you have, we're going to make them worth less every single day. Inflation is them adding to the money supply, which is this is a debt-based economy, so that's always happening. You see,
Yep.
always. So there's always inflation. Inflation means more, right? You inflate a balloon, you're making more. Inflation isn't about prices, it's about making more dollars, which the outcome, of course, always is things cost more dollars because there are more dollars. And they make it like we're trying to get the CPI to like you're all you do is make more dollars. That's impossible. What are you talking about?
X24 LLC trustee says, Jack, you interviewed me in 2011.
Really? When I had my show, who is this? Is this Christian or I don't know. Wow, I turned someone out there because everyone was
X24.
But I don't know. I don't know if did you sign the trust yet, or are you still over there on the? Interesting. Oh my God, this stuff. I finally lost it on that program, Tim. One day I was like, this. It was a lawyer that broke me finally. was a lawyer. Oh my God. I can't believe I'm going to tell this. Ah! Okay, here we go. Oh my God, I'm going to tell this. Okay. It was a lawyer. I'm interviewing him on the show. And I had this co-host, which was just totally evil guy, which had a giant festival with that hundreds of thousands of people coming, blah blah blah. And he eventually went back to Hitler, literally as a Nazi guy. I'm making that up. How could I make that up? Anyway, so the last guy I interviewed, and with my co-host, who got this guy for the interview, who got all the people for the interview. This is the lawyer who, wow, he could time travel. And so he had been to Jesus's crucifixion 3 times, he said. And so I asked him, just, you know, did you take a photo? You know what I'm saying? Because you went 3 times. You went 3 times. Did you take a photo? Like, you're a lawyer, right? Like, you're all about evidence and like, so you went 3 times. Did you take a photo? That's my only question. And he just started talking super fast. I was like, oh my God. And I lay into him. But that was all I could take up to that point. I was like, so I'm glad Tim turned me around here finally one day. But oh my God. Asheville in the house.
That's something.
That's how Asheville lawyer.
He X24 says Citibank makes TD look like child's play. Yeah. TD is a junior player. Yeah, much more serious stuff going on.
Well, actually,
with some
banks
of
are
those.
junior players. If you think of it now, banks are absolutely junior players, all of them, everywhere, because Bitcoin and all of them. Because like BlackRock and Vanguard and stuff, that's dollars place, you know what I'm saying? But they gotta play semi-ish by some rules, not so much, right? But Bitcoin doesn't have to pay for any rules. It's like, you want to sell your soul? Here's your Bitcoin. How many Bitcoin you want? More Bitcoin. How many Bitcoin you sell your soul? You see, turn them in, kill it, you know. We murder that. Okay, Bitcoin, 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 Bitcoin. That's how everybody has gotten Bitcoin from doing something evil. Period. Any meaningful amount of Bitcoin, you either knew when it was going to go up, sure, one of them, or you did super evil stuff. There's no other way to have a lot of Bitcoin. Don't tell me otherwise. Like, no way. I know better. I met the people. I've interviewed them. Been face to face with. Remember that interview down at the beach? The guy's like, I put $25 million through my trust account. What? You guys like 24? Like,
Yeah.
doing what? You know? Oh, like day trading when it goes up and down. It's like you, the guy with the false teeth from Mexico. What did you just tell me that you wanted me to believe? What? That's your story? Dude, work on your script next time. What? Oh my God.
Alex is liking the stories. Jack.
You know, I'm just, there are very few real people in here. And I know I got my real homies up in here. And sometimes, we got to go through a fake ass election, again, where we pretend, someone cares about us and we actually get a vote and all that nonsense is true. And then we have to listen to everyone around us. Wait, as adults, okay, I guess you could talk some children into it, but these are adults that can drive cars. And like, they have their full eyesight and hearing and smelling and tasting and can drive and eat and drink and walk. And you think voting's real? What? What's wrong with this place?
I think it's Anthony. With this trust, is it possible to build up your personal credit to be able to get access to large lines of credit and credit cards as well without setting up an LLC?
Yes, that's some of our courses, and that's what I'm absolutely first focused on when I was bringing up the YouTube membership at the mentor level. That I do that. I'm on Monday Live. That's the one you want to be in if you want to learn that and all the updated stuff. That's what I'm focused on because helicopter money, right? You already done it once. You know they're going to fly them helicopters again. Here's your bales of money to all the people that get their credit reports right and stuff like that. So let's get ready for bales of money. Forgivable loans, like, dude, next time you have one, I want one. So that's why I'm just setting everybody up to do that first, and money's live, whatever. We'll talk about whatever, but yeah, 100%, yeah. But do you want to do that? You know what I'm saying? If your goal is just to crash the thing and take as much cash as possible, use an LLC. It's already registered. Uh, there, there, there are no, like, there are a couple banks and stuff that don't give credit cards and stuff to a trust, but everyone gives it to an LLC. So if your goal is to just bust the credit stuff, to use an LLC, it's faster. And I talk about that kind of stuff in a video, many other things. So get in there. If you want it all, jump in there. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's, my only goal is to take their money and give it to you. That's all. Uh, and anything else we can get a hold of, because they have everything. You can only take it from them. That we don't have it. You can't get it from me. Can't get it from Tim. You can't get it from. We don't have anything. They're 4.7 trillion. What?
Yeah.
What? You stole everything and you charged it as 4.7 trillion to beat? What? And you people aren't murdering your slave masters? What? I ain't going for it. So I'm Christian. You can't murder them. So I just pray for their death right to their face all the time on every phone call with anyone from the government only. I pray for their death in their face. If I don't know them as for first interaction and first topic, I just pray for that straight up. Before I speak to them and give them my name, nothing. In fact, if I talk to the cops, it's like, how do I know my name? What's your name? What? I was a
Yeah.
baby. I can't remember nothing before that. What are you talking about? My memory got wiped when I got through. How could I or anyone know their name? What? That's impossible. What a stupid question, you moron. Let me get some more video of this. You got any other stupid questions for me, buddy, with a gun that's so afraid of me? You got a gun? You freaking coward. What else you got? Yeah, you film them while you run it down your comedy routine on them. Watch them dance, right?
DD's saying Vanguard is a powerhouse, and I think they beat BlackRock.
They
I don't
might.
know. That's
They
tough.
have
BlackRock's up
trillions
there.
and trillions. They're very close, surprisingly. There are other
Yeah.
ones like that. They're like when a bank buys, hey, we're going to steal your house back. You didn't pay us enough. Foreclose,
Yeah.
and they put it in LLC, so you can't look up bank name and do some of the methods I teach people to get it back, or whatever. Uh, but then what happens to it? Oh, did you know corporate America is by the in God we trust? Corporate America. Corporate America is a little a nickname. Corporate America, right? In God we trust is the corporation of America.
Yeah.
Corporate America. In God we trust is now rebuying everything. It's like, what? You already own all the land and everything, charges taxes. So, yeah, no, we're going to get the deeds too. We're going to be on all the deeds straight up front. We're going to own everything. And then we're going to charge you rent. After using your tax money to then get on all the deeds. What? Pretty clever, don't you think? Because y'all are so stupid, you haven't even noticed, right? And we're your slave owners. God, this is fun over on our side. Have you seen our yachts? Our yachts are
Right.
500 feet long now and cost $1 billion. Easy. Maybe 20 billion. Where do you think we get that money? Oh, promoted slaves. They give us 4.7 trillion. We got to spend it on something, dude. I got so many freaking yachts. So I had to buy a yacht marina because I got 20 of those things that are 500 feet long. Hey, I'm starting a navy, I might start a country. So what? Actually, I don't want a country. Those don't work for me, right? I just like, move around on my jets and my giant, mansions on water, stuff like that. I just can't take it. I'm a Florida watchdog. What? I can't take it.
All right. All right. The PC title for the law of master and slave today is seen as the law of principal and agent. We discussed this in 2011. Uh-huh. And I think,
Oh, it
his name's
is
Christopher Christensen.
Christopher. I thought it was. You know what? Hey, Listen, let me say a prayer for you. You earned your feathers and wings, and make it, to play the game. Because your information was valuable. I actually did that show with you all, and I was staying at the Bear Mama Center at that time when I did your show. Your information was a gift from God, from the angels, and I know it as such. And I didn't use your work or nothing like that. I didn't. Your piece of paper, your words, and I never did that. But boy, you turned me. Finally, my compass got headed in the right direction, and I give you kudos for bringing up the trust work in front of me for the first time. This is one of the. It was two guys, Christopher and I. Oh man, I'm sorry. I apologize. I can't remember his name, but I know he's a very good friend of yours. Uh, you all honestly were the first ones that, after listening to the most awful, absolute, horrible nonsense week after week, I'd be wanting to just murder myself. Y'all finally came along with some useful information. Only time, actually. So kudos. It took so long to get that information, but God helped. I was at the Bear Bravo Center literally that day as we spoke. Quite interesting. Only time I ever did a show from there. Your show. Hey, they
Excellent.
say you could never work from there either, and I did it anyway. I'm not allowed to go there ever again, too. So, but I was saying that I did it.
If there's any final questions, we'll be back next Thursday at 7. We're always in the classroom. Jack is there every single day, even on the weekends, answering questions, taking care of everything. So if you got one more, throw it at us. Otherwise, we'll be back next week at 7 p.m. And then after that, I think is the Thanksgiving break. So
Are we gonna do
one
it?
more for the week.
One more. We got one more. But are we gonna do things? Oh, we're not gonna do. We talked about that, right? Did we talk about?
No, I'll be out of town.
You'll be out of town. Cool.
I'll be halfway to you by
Really?
Thanksgiving.
Oh, enjoy your travels. I hope it goes well, and the whole gathering goes well, Chip. And for
Yes.
everyone else too, I hope you have, it's usually a time we take time out, or maybe the week before or after, whatever your schedule allows, it gets on people's mind. And so hope everyone has a great gathering of their loved ones, Let's not use all their jargon and BS, but you're getting together with hopefully your loved ones, uh, and some other of the crew too. And but the children all get to hang out and get to see one another, the all
Yeah.
crew and everything, and it'll be a great time. So I
That's
guess
going to be
we got one more next week.
we'll see if we can work out a Black Friday special edition show. We'll meet up on Friday.
Oh, that's interesting. Oh, that's a
So we'll
clever
just
idea.
float that out there since everybody's going to be
I'm gonna
stuffing
be
themselves
around.
with
If
tryptophan.
you want to do it, I'm into that, dude. Actually, that's kind of clever. Really. Think about it double off the air and make sure you have time and stuff like that. But I'm traveling together with Lovas not that week, so I would have time for myself. So
Okay.
think about it. Think about it. But I will. I don't need to hold
We
you
can
to
work
it
it
or
out.
anything. But just you got family. I don't want to get in the middle of that if it doesn't work out.
We can carve out, half hour of that.
Okay.
By then, you spend too much time with them, you end up want to, push them off the pier.
Honest,
But
honest. No, that's true. It's true.
let's
Okay.
see.
Would that be fun? Okay.
Thanks, Tim and Jack. Thank you.
Hey, Bob.
Aware creation began in Appalachia. I think that's what that is.
Apalachicola. In Apalachicola,
Apalachicola.
it
I don't know
happened.
that one.
It happened at Apalachicola and everywhere. Click. Same second. Oh,
Charles is saying thanks. You're welcome. You're welcome. Thanks, Jack. Yes, Charles. Didi, and China owns all the land around the military bases with fake windmill energy farms. Yes. And they're flying their spy balloons over us.
what they are doing
Uh,
on all this land, who knows, right? We drive. You drive from here, one coast to the other. All you see is like barbed wire fence and millions of acres of land that you can't go to. This country.
yes.
Oh my God. Thanks everyone for being here. Tim, it's great to have Tim organize this thing and get us on here. It'll be great to see you next week. I know he's got another show we got to jump off, so thanks for being here, everyone. Anyway, hey, you want to get new, be in a school, be a student. That's why we do this show. Okay, I can't help you to sign the trust. As soon as you do, what? I'm here to help you individually, whatever your situation is. This works for 100% of the people. Okay, so become
Jump in.
yeah, do it.
See you
Please.
next week, everybody.
All right.